a priority, not only as a legislator, but obviously this is very personal to me. Spending a lot of time growing up in Calexico and seeing how that has negatively impacted our environment, economic development opportunities, our families, and the communities that live next to the New River. I, of course, cannot do any of this alone. I realize that to accomplish our goal, we must find our allies, identifying funding, and of course increase coordination by state agencies, including the Cal EPA and the State Water Resources Control Board, to stop decades of pollution and work together to finally implement a New River public health improvement program. Madam Chair, I want to thank you as well for this opportunity, and I had an opportunity to read a little bit about your background. I want to thank you for all the work that you've done on behalf of environmental justice, in which you've done quite a bit of work, and I appreciate that. And as well, as I mentioned before, I just want to make sure that I thank the New River Committee and all of you that have been engaged in this struggle. I invite you all to come to Calexico. Our next meeting, my hope is that could be in Calexico, and my staff is readily available, as well as many of our friends and allies from Calexico, from the New River Committee, to help you in coordinating and figuring out the logistics and making sure that we make that happen. Now, Erica has been with you throughout the day this morning, and she'll be here with you throughout the day. She's my capital director. And so any questions or concerns or ideas as to how we can move this forward, she's here readily available. And as well, as you met Antonio, he is my senior field representative out of El Centro. And just a quick note on Antonio. Born and raised in Imperial County as well. Grew up in El Centro. Went to UC Riverside. Went to go work on behalf of a few legislators in Sacramento, and decided to come back home and do some good work for our folks at home. And so Antonio is also readily available to help you and support you along the way in this effort. And just once again, this is, as I mentioned, my priority. I would love for us to work together, and I ask for your support in this bill. And I'm hoping that we can make sure that we have you in Calexico for the next meeting.
Well, thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
You are obviously very passionate about this issue, which I certainly can understand. I'm pretty familiar with the problems in the area, and I'm sure other members of the council are also. And we will take you up on that offer. I would love to hold a council meeting in that area and get my regional water board, my state water board, waste board, Terry Kristen can bring Department of Conservation because they have the CRB program, and in the meantime see what we can do to assist you in pursuing some of these funding.
Sure. Well, we welcome you with open arms.
Are there any comments or questions from the council or
just for the Health and Human Services Agency, just wanted to register our interest to the extent that we could assist in developing surveillance systems that could monitor health impacts of exposure to the river.
Great idea.
To be part of that collaborative.
Sure. Thank you.
We got to meet your mayor last week,
That's right.
Mayor Fuentes, at the health forum that the White House sponsored in Los Angeles.
That's great.
Okay. Good job.
thank you,
What?
Dr. Horton, for that offer.
I know about 3 years ago, many of us went down and had a chance to visit some of the new biofiltration systems that you have at Rose Preserve, where they're using from some of the agricultural flow waters. They've created a nice biological model that helps filter out a lot of the pollutants, and they have some pretty good success. I forgot the name of that project. It's right there.
That's the Leon Lessica Pond, right?
There it is.
Yeah. Right.
That's right.
Yeah, there's been some good efforts already that have been done already because of the activism from community residents, quite frankly. But there's much more work that we need to do, and that's a good piece of the puzzle, but we still complete the rest of it.
That's right. So good luck to you there.
Well, I thank you all, and I'm going to catch a flight back to Sacramento. But I wanted to make sure that I was here and I presented. And any other questions or concerns, make sure that you touch base with Eric. Look forward to working with all of you.
Thank you so
Take
much.
care.
And we'll pick up that convenience from you when you come down to the office.
Well, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Take care, everyone.
Thank you.
early today. So just to reiterate what he talked about, I have prepared some slides for those of you that have not been to the and our good friend, former executive officer of the regional board, he quoted them. It is considered probably the most polluted river in the United States, if not the United States, in North America. And really, in this day and age, you shouldn't have a open river running anywhere in the United States. This is a picture at the border.
I'm embarrassed to ask, which way does the river run?
North.
North.
Right.
North into Flexion.
You know, what's weird about it is it was created by a south flow, Colorado River, but now is a north flow river, because it's been far enough down to change the course of the water.
So it is a return to sender.
Thank you.
Yes, that is why we exist, because we are topographically lower than Baja California, so all the flows come north into the stars. Okay? So here's a snapshot of it at the border, and again, I welcome our Assistant Executive Officer from the Regional Board, Jose Angel. If you want to add to this, I know you're an expert on this. You've lived down there half of your life. You've worked on this river half of your life. So by all means, feel free.
I just don't want to be known as a new river backbone.
What you should know is that improvement has been slowly creeping up. The US EPA is here. US EPA should be thanked for providing the funding to a brand new wastewater treatment plant that was built in Mexicali that has reduced reducing the amount of pathogens going into the water, into the river by 20%. Again, so that is just the beginning. I think there's been a lot of what we call quick fixes, and these quick fixes address some of the problem, but not most of the problem. And the other problem that I talked about are bottles, our tires, our other discharges that we have no control over that need to be addressed. So this is precisely why I think the assembly member today shared his vision in this bill that he's trying to put forward. So I'm not going to go into what it is at a glance. You already described it. I just wanted to share the pictures with you. And again, we will look forward to hosting the next council meeting in Calexico. And that's going to be sometime in July, Secretary. So it'll be nice and warm. The full effect of the river. That's it for me.
Oh, thank you.
A question?
Yes.
We're allowed to ask laypersons type questions. There was a slide that was addressed or was listing the issues that were unaddressed in one of the bullets on nutrients and pathogens. Are nutrients sometimes problematic? I mean, I would tend to think that a nutrient is a good thing, although so I was surprised to see it listed next to a pathogen. But what's the...
But too much of a good thing will kill you.
Well,
Nutrients actually promote the growth of bacteria.
It's the fertilizer.
Actually,
Exactly.
from our perspective, the main problem with the nutrients is not the river itself, although it does have some problems there, is that the entire flow of the New River ends up in the open sea, where the nutrients tend to concentrate and create this very nutrient-rich environment that utilizes a lot of the oxygen that's available to the fish and the aquatic organisms in the open sea. So that's what the problem manifests itself. And Mexico contributes about 15% of the entire nutrient load into the open sea. But they recently cut it to that level and they need to respond to maybe 50%. So the infrastructure that the federal government funded has significantly helped address some of these problems. So we recognize that still has to be done.
is it something that is to be managed or regulated or eradicated?